Hello, I'm Kitty, Wildcat26 on the Feral Heart forums. And sometimes when you put your Heightmap in-game, it causes the game to crash. This is going to show you how to fix that. Now, the Heightmaps I just made for once did not crash a game. It has happened to me several times. But since I can't reproduce it currently, I'm going to show you. Say it has already happened to you, this is what you have to do next after it crashes. Alright, you're going to want to go to Computer, C, Feral Heart, Media, and Terrains. Now, find your terrain, your Heightmap picture in the terrains. What you're going to want to do is right click and open with, if you have Photoshop, which I'll do Photoshop and GIMP for both. I'm going to do Photoshop first. If you made your terrain Heightmap in Photoshop, you're going to open Photoshop, wait for the picture to come up, and what you're going to do is go to Select All, and then hit Edit and Copy. Now close your Heightmap, and this is very important or it won't save correctly afterwards. Close your Heightmap, go to File and New, go to Blank File. Now you're going to want to make sure it's 513 pixels by 513 pixels, your width and height, and color is in grayscale, and click OK. Now you're going to hit Edit again and Paste. Now this has made a layer with your Heightmap. The next thing you're going to want to do is click Layer and flatten image. This is very important. If it's in layers, it will not work. You have to flatten your image first. Now, once you've done that, you're going to close and click yes, and then go back to Computer, C, Feral Heart, Media, Terrains. You have to save it in the same place as what your other terrain Heightmap was, and make sure it's in PNG format, and you're going to use the same name as your old Heightmap, which this one was Tutorial Terrain, and click Save. It's going to say, do you want to replace it? Click OK. And click OK again, and then close your Photoshop, and now you should be able to go into Feral Heart and put your Heightmap in game, and it should work correctly. Now if you have GIMP, we're going to open GIMP, and this one always takes long to start up. And doing this should solve your crashing problem. If it doesn't, use the Feral Heart help forum and post your problem there. As far as I'm aware, this is the only Heightmap crashing issue, and this is how to fix it. If this doesn't work, I'm not sure what to do. This has always worked for me. So, and then a lot of people will tell you the same thing, that you have to basically open up your file again in the program you used to create it, copy and paste it into a new file and save it again. Don't know why it's like that. It's evidently some kind of glitch in the game that hasn't been fixed yet. Okay, there, it's starting to load. Thought it was going to get stuck there for a second. I don't know why, but my GIMP always takes a really, really long time to open. I much prefer the Photoshop. But, of course, I know that, you know, Photoshop is very expensive, and GIMP is a good free alternative. My Photoshop actually came with my tablet. That's how I ended up with it. It's actually old and outdated, but it works really well for the Heightmaps. But GIMP works just as well. I just don't like it very much. Okay, here we go. Now, in GIMP, we're going to do the same thing. Is we're going to go to Open. We're going to go to C, Feral Heart, Media, Terrains, and find your terrain. You guys should know this by heart by now, how many times I've went through it. So I don't want to hear anybody say, I don't know where the terrain folder is, because I've done it so many times. Okay, click Open. Alright, now, we're going to do Select, All, Edit, Copy, and then we're going to close this one and File, New, make sure again 513 pixels in both length and width, or width and height, I'm sorry. Advanced options, and make sure it's in grayscale. Okay, hit OK, and we're going to hit Edit and Paste. Now, let's see. Now I believe this is only one layer. Yes, when in GIMP it's only one layer. I'm not very familiar with GIMP, but let's see. Okay, let's see. Layers. Background. Floating. Let's go anchor the floating layer. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what it was. It's anchor the floating layer under layers. It's anchor layer is what you need to click. Now we're going to go to Save, and once again C Feral Heart, Media, Terrains, and remember, put it as the same name and in the same place. So tutorial, terrain, and we're going to select file type as PNG and click Save. And you have to mess with this right here. I'm going to close this and then close that. Now you should be able to go into your game and tools, map maker, and we're going to go to world and do tutorial, terrain, and there we go. And there's your terrain. So I hope that helps you with your terrain height map crashing problem. Like I said, this has always worked for me when I have the problem, and I've seen several other people post the same, that opening up the image and saving it over again does in fact work. So I hope that helps with the crashing.